Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, our group will be representing a topic about the exchange currency rates. Firstly, the tourism and hospitality industry is one of the most dynamic sectors of the global economy. Every day, millions of travelers cross international borders, making currency exchange rates a fundamental economic reality of the industry. Exchange rates fluctuate due to factors such as inflation, interest rates, and market expectations, creating both opportunities and challenges for tourism businesses and travelers alike.
Now, I will be presenting about currency exchange rate fluctuations in the tourism and hospitality industry. First, let's understand what is an exchange rate. An exchange rate is the value of one country's currency in relation to another country's currency, which plays an important role in international trade, foreign investment, tourism activities, and also the prices of imported goods and services. Exchange rates can be fixed or floating. So here, in a floating exchange rate system, the value of a currency changes according to supply and demand in the foreign exchange rate. There are several factors such as economic activity, inflation, and interest rates that can cause exchange rate fluctuations. In recent years, exchange rate fluctuations have become a significant issue affecting the tourism and hospitality sector. For example, when a country's currency appreciates or becomes stronger, traveling to that country becomes more expensive for foreign tourists. We could see here if the Malaysian ringgit becomes stronger against the Japanese yen, Malaysians will be able to get more yen for the same amount of money, which making the travel to Japan cheaper. However, if the ringgit weakens, traveling to Japan becomes more expensive, and this is why exchange rate fluctuations are important. It influences not only tourist travel decisions, but also the performance of tourism and hospitality businesses.
So today I will discuss the impact of currency exchange rate fluctuations on the tourism and also hospitality industry. So first, exchange rate fluctuations can influence tourist spending behavior. So when a country's currency is weaker compared to a tourist's home currency, tourists often will have greater purchasing power. This encourages them to spend more on accommodation, food, shopping, and recreational activities, which benefits local tourism businesses. Secondly, exchange rates can affect a destination's competitiveness. Countries with favorable exchange rates may attract more international visitors because traveling there becomes more affordable. So on the other hand, destinations with stronger currencies may experience a decline in tourist arrivals as travel costs become higher. So lastly, currency exchange rate fluctuations can impact tourism investment. Stable exchange rates provide confidence for investors to develop hotels, resorts, and other tourism facilities. However, significant fluctuations may increase financial risk and make investors more cautious when planning new projects. So, in conclusion, currency exchange rate fluctuations play a very important role in shaping tourist spending, destination competitiveness, and investment decisions within the tourism and also hospitality industry.
I will talk about the analysis. So, the first slide is about the Singapore dollar has appreciated, boosting purchasing power and economic resilience. This slide shows how the Singapore dollar performs against other major currencies. The stronger Singapore dollar means people can buy imported goods at lower price and spend less when traveling overseas. It also shows that the economy is doing well. However, if the Singapore dollar becomes weaker, imported goods become more expensive. On the other positive side, a weaker currency can help local exporters because their products become cheaper for foreign buyers. For the second slide is about the Singapore dollar has strengthened against the Indonesian rupiah, affecting both imports and exports. This slide shows the exchange rate between the Singapore dollar and the Indonesian rupiah over the last 5 years. The trend shows that the Singapore dollars have become stronger. This allows Singapore to buy goods from Indonesia at lower cost. However, Singapore products may become more expensive for Indonesian buyers. Therefore, maintaining a stable exchange rate is important because it helps business and investors plan with more confidence.
And I will continue with the recommendations to address the impact of exchange rate fluctuations on the tourism and hospitality industry. First, it is recommended that tourism businesses use flexible pricing strategies. This means prices can be adjusted depending on changes in exchange rates. For example, hotels, airlines, and travel agencies can offer discounts or special packages. This helps keep travel affordable and encourages more tourists to visit even when currencies are unstable. Second, diversification of tourism products and markets is important. Instead of depending on only one type of tourism, destinations should promote different attractions. For instance, Malacca is not only known for heritage tourism, but it is also developing health tourism under Visit Malaysia 2026. This helps attract different groups of tourists and keeps visitor numbers stable even during economic changes. Lastly, tourism businesses should strengthen currency risk management. This includes better financial planning and being prepared for exchange rate changes. Businesses can also offer payment in different currencies to make it easier for international tourists. This helps reduce financial risk and keeps operations more stable. I will now pass the presentation back to Aqif for the conclusion.
For the conclusion, exchange rate fluctuation significantly affect tourist behavior, destination, competitiveness, and business profitability. While a weaker currency can boost tourist arrivals and benefits local economies, it also raises costs for hospitality businesses. To address these challenges, tourism professionals should adopt flexible pricing, diversify tourist markets, and manage currency risk effectively. A better understanding of exchange rate effects is essential for promoting sustainable growth in the tourism and hospitality industry. And that's all from us. Thank you very much.